My Cleveland Cavaliers have started this NBA season going 11-0, so I thought this was the perfect time to show my Donovan Mitchell build.
Kent Jr. pokes it away. Mitchell for the lead with .3.
I have two versions of this build. The first one is pretty much a perfect replica that can get all of his animations, his jump shot, his pass style. And then I have a sweatier, more selfish shooting guard version. So please drop a like on this video and let's get straight into the build. For this replica version, we are going with the shooting guard. I mean, if you want the ball more, you can go point guard, but it doesn't really matter. It's the same stats for each. And we are going with a 6'3", even though he's closer to 6'2", maybe even 6'1" in real life, but his NBA player template in-game is 6'3", so we're going with 6'3". 219 pounds, and of course a 6'10" wingspan. As always, let's start with the physicals as they affect so many of the other badges. So we are going with 85 speed, 77 agility, 85 strength, and 80 vertical. Let's go with finishing next. As you know, Donovan Mitchell is a finishing machine. So along with that 80 vertical, we are going with 93 driving dunk, which is a great threshold that includes a gold posterizer, Hall of Fame era wizard, and of course the Russell Westbrook dunk package. I know meter dunks are a little bit up in the air for 2K25, but I find if I get a little bit of a runway, or if the defense in the key isn't looking my way, or they're late to react, it's pretty much a green meter every time if I time it right. And these contact animations you get at this threshold are so good, along with that Rust package, that it is stupid not to go this high. But anyways, moving on, 45 standing dunk as always for both of the basic standing dunk packages. And with the 80 vertical / posterizer, I feel like this helps the 45 standing in a way, because look at some of these clips. I'm going straight up when cutting backdoor, obviously, but more importantly, I'm dunking on people as well. Like there's 1 or 2 defenders in these clips, and it doesn't matter sometimes. So I treat this as a bit of a hidden gem on this build. And now you don't have to feel like you have to panic and pass the ball straight out when you catch the ball under the rim or you get an O board. You can feel somewhat confident to go straight up with it. Along with the dunking, Donovan Mitchell is a great finisher around the rim, so we're going with an 88 driving layup. 87 driving layup gets his amazing layup package as well as some others, and one more tick up gets you that gold float game. And even though floaters are not used nearly as much as they were last year in 2K24, it is still very handy to have to me. Silver physical finisher and silver layup mixmaster helps out as well, and I absolutely love being able to switch between this and the Trae Young layup package that I'm used to get some crazy animations around the rim. And lastly, 78 close shot as a default, but sometimes that bronze paint prodigy does come in handy, as you can see. Now onto the shooting next. I went back and forth with this early on, but Donovan being a 35 to 36 career 3-point shooter, I decided on having an 85-3. 83-3 gets you that bronze limitless, and 2K Lab has tested the 3-point attribute in the past and have found that 85 is a good little upgrade from 83. It's a bit of a sweet spot number for make percentage, but to help this out, I paired it with a 92 midi, which is a gold deadeye, gold set shot, gold shifty shooter, as well as silver mini marksman. And man, this can be really deadly. The 3 is high enough to shoot whatever type of 3 you want, pick and pops, come off a screen, catch and shoot on the hash, catch and shoot on the corner, whatever. It doesn't really matter, but the fun really is in the mid-range. The step backs I'm getting, the fades I'm taking, sometimes I can't even believe some of these shots go in. Open, contested, it is a great weapon to have, and it can be a good option to go to at the end of shot clock situations. Donovan Mitchell is an 85%-ish 3-throw shooter, so go ahead and put that 3-throw on 85. Let's move on to playmaking. Donovan's passing style requires an 84 pass accuracy, but I went with an 85 for bronze bailout, bronze versatile visionary, silver break starter, and of course the gold dimer. He averages about 4 to 5 assists a game, playing alongside Darius Garland, so it makes sense to have passing around this high. And of course, helping out your teammates is always good for the team. Not that I pass. We went with an 86 ball handle. All of his dribble animations require an 85 ball handle, but there are a few extra at 86, as well as getting the silver ankle assassin. This is a great threshold to have for those next tier down, as I like to call them, animations from the 92 ball handling Trae Young / Steph Curry types of builds. And I don't see Donnie quite at that level in terms of handling, but you can still get some amazing animations at this 86 threshold, including the meta behind the back and dribble style animations of his teammate Darius Garland, the Luka and Zach LaVine step backs, and the list goes on and on. So we get silver ankle assassin, silver handles for days, silver unpluckable, and one of my favorite parts of the build, Hall of Fame strong handle with that high strength we have to be able to do things like this. Along with that, we have an 86 speed with ball for gold lightning launch, Now this paired with something like a blur takeover, you can do some real damage on the court, and if gold isn't enough, you can always put 5 cap breakers here to get to 91, or you can max +1 this badge, but more on that later on. Defense. Now, even though Donovan is like 215 pounds in real life, I wouldn't call him some stocky lockdown defender, even though he can steal the ball pretty nicely. But we are going with a 65 interior for more of those quality of life plays. And I really like this threshold on this build because even though contests, interior and perimeter are a little bit sketchy in 2K25, I feel like there are times where you will get caught under the hoop. And to me, 65 interior gets the job done. Hands up. Jumping, both are really good. 74 perimeter D for bronze challenger, bronze on-ball menace, bronze pick dodger, silver off-ball pest, and because of our high strength, we have silver immovable enforcer. If you know your way around the sticks, this can definitely be enough to get a little bit bumpy, force some bad misses, and just overall play some good help D. But as I always say, if you're playing comp pro-am, any wages, playing for money, either go way more offense and playmaking on this build, or find a way to raise that perimeter D. As I said, Donovan can steal the ball a little bit, so I opted with an 85 steal for silver glove and gold interceptor. 85 is more than enough, as you can see, to hawk the lanes, get on ball steals, and even stop some of those alley-oop attempts. Now, 60 block doesn't get you any new badges per se, but this threshold to me is where you start seeing that somewhat consistent block animation. I have guards with everything from minimum to 74 block, and I definitely feel the difference from around that 55 to 60 threshold. Now, the NBA player builder template has Donovan Mitchell's defensive board at 60, but if you've been following me for a while, you know that 60 O board is much cheaper than 60 D board, so I went with a 60 O board for that bronze rebound chaser and bronze box out. The animations don't change between getting 60 O board or 60 D board, so save yourself some points and go O board. Also, Donovan averages like 3-4 boards a game for his career, so it's stupid not to have it at least 60. And there you have it, my perfect replica Donovan Mitchell build for 2K25, which happens to have a pretty dope name as well, the Walking Bucket. Now, before moving on to the sweaty version, let me show you quickly how you can drastically change this build with 5 cap breakers, but still keep it somewhat a replica. At first glance, straight away, you can put 3 cap breakers into driving dunk, 2 into vertical for the elite contact off 2 dunks, or put all 5 cap breakers straight into speed with ball to get to 91 and that Hoff lightning launch, which you can then max +1 for that legend lightning launch, or lower some interior or some block, maybe some of the standing to 40 and get yourself 86 steal, which you could then dump 5 cap breakers in to get to 91 steal and gold glove, which is the sweet spot threshold for steal, or 5 cap breakers into layup, which you can get gold layup mixmaster and gold physical finisher. And I haven't even mentioned the 6 cap breaker you get at level 40 at season 2. And I sound like a broken record, but change the build in the builder before making it. Add cap breakers wherever you want to suit your playstyle. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Now, moving on, I did mention I have some sort of sweatier, more selfish version of this build, and here it is. At shooting guard, by lowering the pass accuracy, the driving layup, the driving dunk a little bit, we can get 82 agility, 2 more mid-range, which you can then put 5 cap breakers in for 99 mid-range and all of the shooting badges on legend except for limitless. Move the 3-pointer to 89 to get silver limitless, and got our ball handle and speed with ball up the next tier for the next set of badges and animations. You can rejig this around to get less dunk and the 99-3 instead of the 99 midi. You can get 95 ball handle. You can get 91 steal off the rip. You can get a version where you can have 92 perimeter and 91 steal. Again, it's all up to playstyle. I've seen plenty of different versions of this build. Now, I know people are going to say something about the 71 pass, but as I said, I find it more than enough pass accuracy, and so do a lot of other people who play this game a lot more than I do. And you are no longer the main ball handler. Your job primarily is to stop the other team's shooting guard and put the ball in a hoop. So to me, 71 is more than enough. And that's all I have for you in today's video. If you enjoyed it, please comment down below. Let me know what type of build you want to see next. If you'd like to check out my Dwayne Wade replica build, click that video on screen, and as always, like and follow for more.